Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Yashamai from the GMS Atlanta camp. Before I get into this message, I want to start off by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwa Kadash, and I want to send double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who will teach well, and a sincere shalom to Yakim Yahweh, inclining your ear to the 100% truth. We are in the season of election, of the election. This is an election year every 4 years. Babylon holds its show of election, and I'm sure you guys are getting the mailers. You guys are seeing them on the TikTok, the YouTube. Which election models can you trust? Who is ahead, Harris or Trump? All these people are the world of Babylon is casting their ballot onto whom they want to rule them, man. Which in itself is it's a freaking oxymoron. Let's get Mark 15. This is a story that is not a story, but this is an incident that when people read, even Christians, they say, "Oh, I would never have done that." Okay, it said, and there was one named Barabbas, which lay bound with them that had made insurrection with him. Wow, who had committed murder in the insurrection. So we know the story, right? Yahweh Shai is in front of the of Pilate. He's been delivered up, and in this time of the year, they release one prisoner to to Yasharala, right? And so I just want to point this out. It says he made an insurrection with them, and the multitude crying aloud began to desire him to do as he had ever done unto them. But Pilate answered them, saying, "Will ye that I release unto you the King of the Jews?" For he knew that the chief priests had delivered him for envy. But the chief priests moved the people that he should rather release Barabbas unto them. And Pilate answered and said again unto them, What will ye then that I shall do unto him whom you call the King of the Jews? And they cried out again, Crucify him. So everybody knows this timeline of events, right? And Christians will read through this and say, I would never do hell. Even brothers read through this, and it's crazy when you see that they're choosing Barabbas over Yahushua. But you know what? Though people say that they would never do this, you're doing that exactly in voting, man. Because you would rather choose an Edomite, Trump, or some whore, Kamala, to rule over you rather than Yahushua. Because really, in reality, um, the only president we should be voting for is Yahushua. But instead, they're voting for Barabbas, right? And I do want to point this out. I didn't really catch this until I brought it up. But dang, not voting for Barabbas, but let her alone. I'm not sure what happened, but the point is that it said there was an insurrection. It said that a pilot answered them. Barabbas, right here, Mark 15:7. It says, and there was one named Barabbas which lay bound with them that had made an insurrection with them. And it just happens to be that back, 4 years ago, Trump was the one that had the insurrection, at the Capitol, January 6th, right? And these people are still choosing Barabbas instead of Yahushua. And you are without excuse because everyone by now has heard about the Israelites, about the Hebrew Israelites, you so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics, but you're still choosing the man that led the insurrection. And, Israel, two-thirds, you guys actually think this is cool, because when you vote, you're being accepted by the self-proclaimed white man. But I'm going to tell you what, man. While you're being approved by your taskmaster, man, you're also being approved for judgment. So this is the definition of felony murder. It says felony murder is a legal doctrine that allows for the prosecution of murder when a person is killed during the commission of a dangerous felony, even if the defendant did not intend to kill or was not the actual killer. So, for example, if you do a home invasion and somebody gets killed, you could be the getaway driver, but you will still be charged with murder because you were there, man. It's not Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, the biggest killer. You know, he is as death, and hell follows after him. Habakkuk 2:5. Yeah, he transgresses by wine, right? Uh, 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 Woe unto you that dealt treacherously when they did not deal treacherously with thee. This guy is the biggest murderer in the planet, and you're voting for him. And whether it's Trump or whether it's Kamala, they both represent the same person. They're both committing murder, and you're the getaway driver per se. So, uh, 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 this is all over Scripture, right? Let's get Jeremiah 51:6. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul." Now, it's not talking about packing your bags and going to Mexico or packing your bags and going to Spain, whatever it is. It's talking about a separation. Separate yourself from Babylon. You know, it's talking about not being in the driver's seat of that getaway vehicle because the cops are about to pull up. And in this case, it's not the police coming to take you to prison. It's Yahweh Shai coming to destroy your ass. It says, "And deliver every man his soul. And be not cut off in her iniquity." That's right, because when Yahweh Shai comes back and you've casted your ballot, you know, you're going to be guilty of that felony murder, right? It says, "For this is the time of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense." Right. The her here is Babylon. And, uh, the Most High, Yahweh Shai has a sacrifice in Basra. You know, that is the recompense, man. You know, so Jeremiah 51:6 in biblical terms is defining for you felony murder, man. You know, so if you guys want to be sitting in the in the getaway car, man, go ahead, cast your ballot, man. Cast your ballot, because Israel was never meant to have a king. Our king is Yahweh Shai. We are not supposed to be voting for president, man. Jeremiah 7:23 says, "But this thing commanded I them, saying, obey my voice." Right? We don't need to be voting for Edomite to be making policies for us that is going to dictate how we live. The only policies that have been written that dictate our daily lives are seen in the scriptures, man. It says, "Obey my voice, and I will be your power, and ye shall be my people." Right? Because there was a separation, man. A separation through a blood sacrifice, man. Through the sacrifice of His only begotten Son. Right? And so when you're casting your ballot, man, and you see that Yahweh Shai has paid the ultimate sacrifice, and you still want another man to rule you, okay? Well, then at that point, really, you're not even the getaway driver anymore. Now, at that point, you're inside the house robbing. You're in the fucking house committing robbery, and Esau's has already been in the house, but your dumbass decided to get in there with him, man. So, okay, go ahead and do it. Okay, because you're going to be destroyed, man. The only king, the only president that we're supposed to have is Yahweh Shai. "And ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you." You see, because we have a loving, merciful Father, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who gives us ample time, man. He's forgiven us. We as the Israelite foreigners, He's forgiven us, man. But don't get it twisted, man, because we serve the same power that drowned all of the Egyptians, man. All right, we serve the same power that flooded out the entire population, man. We serve the same power who cast down brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah, and this is a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, man. So look, I don't want to be too long-winded, but just to circle back here and encapsulate this message and kind of send it home here, man, is look, when you read the story, when you read the events of the Israelis of Yasharallah choosing Barabbas over Yahushua. And though you may tell yourself that you would never do it, if you're voting, that's exactly what you're doing. You're voting for for the modern day Barabbas, who which really, if I'm not mistaken, Barabbas was an Israelite. So I mean, even Barabbas in Mark 15, he was more justified because this isn't even Barabbas, but it's a parallel of Barabbas. This is an Edomite. This is a wicked ruler whom has no reason to be ruling over our people, and our people have even less of a reason to be born for him. So, flee from the midst of Babylon and be not partakers of her sin, that you don't be destroyed when Yahweh Shai is coming, because Yahweh Shai is coming, man. Anyways, I hope this lesson has been edifying, and with that, I say shalom.